So for replacement versus repairs, so this is very interesting, right? So subsequently, there are expenditures, right? So we are saying, right, guess what? This is time, right? The end of capitalization, right? That's your initial recognition, right? But after that, over the time, you still incurred certain cost, right? Would you keep capitalizing this cost, or you want expense it? Is this replacement or repair, right? That's a key difference. Replacement versus repair. That's the key difference. There's a key difference on that, right? If it's replacement, you recognize that as asset. If it's repair, it's expenses. The key difference is, does the asset's useful life is extended? If the answer is yes, then it's replacement. If it's no, then it's repair. I will give you one example, right? This is the examples I really like. I mentioned this in my 2100. So suppose that you have a heart transplant, okay? Do you consider that as a replacement or repair?
Replacement.
Replacement, right? Because the useful life, your life has been extended, right? If you don't do this replacement, the heart transplant, you will die very soon. You have 1 month life, right? After you do the replacement, you can live another 10 years, right? See that? That's replacement. How about ladies, right? You guys like painting your fingernails, okay? So how about you pay some money to go to the Vietnamese kind of the whatever it's called, the nails salon, whatever, you painted your nails, right? Fingernails. Do you think that's a maintenance, repairs, or this is like a replacement?
Repair, maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance, right? Maintenance, repairs, right? Because it does not change. It does not change the useful life, right? It was interesting when I first came to Canada. My colleague said, I'm low maintenance. I was like, what do you mean by that? I'm low maintenance. And now I understand. What do you mean by low maintenance? Low maintenance, okay? So basically, think about it. What is replacement versus repair? Does that change, extend the useful life of the asset? Okay, that's the key difference. So suppose we have a building replacement. Okay, we have a building replacement. What's the journal entries like? Okay, so you have a new building replacement, cost you $3 million. Well, that's easy. You're gonna debit your building, okay, your building for 3 million, right? And you credit cash for 3 million. That's your new building, right? Your new replacement. And you get rid of your older building, right? Your older building cost you originally 2.4, you close it, and you debit cumulative depreciation, 800, you close it. And then the difference is the loss, right? Because the difference is your net book value, right? It's a loss. So this is the classic kind of journal entries, right? When you de-recognize the asset, you credit the cost account, you debit cumulative depreciation account, right? You should really know this, okay? In the final exams, you should know these journal entries, okay? And the difference is a loss. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an old asset versus a new asset, right? So basically, on essence, you are de-recognizing the old asset, you recognize the new asset, right? So that's the journal entry for the replacement. So under ASB, okay, under ASB, we have similar pairs, but it's not called replacement versus repairs. It's called betterment versus maintenance, okay? So be careful when we are using the terms. Under IFRS, we call it betterment versus maintenance. Under ASB, we call it replacement versus repairs, okay? So what are the betterment? Expenditures enhance the quality or quantity of the assets output. Okay, that's called the betterment. So basically, you just debit the betterment into the asset base. Okay, just debit whatever the asset is to increase that balance. If not, you expense this cost as maintenance expenses. Okay, so that's the difference in terms of terminologies under ASB and IFRS. Okay. So I have one example here for you. Okay, hopefully you know the answer. Every 3 years, a major component, part number 99, in a machine must be replaced. After this example, we are going to take a break. Okay. By doing this regular but expensive repair, the machine can be used for 15 years. If this part were not placed, the machine could be used only for a maximum of 6 years. When the machine was originally purchased for $9 million, it was set up as one asset. Okay, so the machine and this part, they are set up as one asset, and this was depreciated over its estimated useful life of 15 years. Okay. Recently, the repair was completed at a cost of $750,000. Okay. The earlier part cost is $650,000 when it was installed 3 years ago. Neither the old nor the new part has residual values. Okay. So first, think about this. Tell me, is this a replacement or this is a repair?
Replacement, I guess.
Replacement.
Replacement?
I was thinking repair.
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 Andrew said repair.
Repairing.
Elena said repair.
Replacement.
Replacement. So this is really a split. It's like U.S. election. Half picked Biden, half picked Donald Trump. Okay. So let's go through this again. Okay. Replacement is about whether the useful life of the asset has been extended, right? Okay, so in this scenario, can anyone tell me the asset's useful life is how many years?
15.
15 years? Okay.
Yes.
When you replace this item, do you increase the useful life?
Yes.
So now it's 30 years?
No, it's still 15
It's
years.
still 15 years, right?
So the other guys are right.
Think about this. If you don't do this, okay, if you don't replace this, the useful life will be 6 years, right? Right now, it was set up, right? It was set up as one asset, and the useful life is 15 years. That's how they do the amortization, depreciation. If you are saying it's a replacement, that means whatever you do is going to make this asset last longer, more than 15 years, right? But in this case, it's still 15 years, right? Every 3 years, you replace this part, the machine still is only go for 15 years. So this is a repair, okay? Repair.
This is an expensive repair.
Yeah, it's an expensive repair. But if you think about how much the machine cost $9 million, right? It's all relative.
Right.
So, what's the journal entry?
Maintenance debit.
Yeah. So you debit the maintenance expenses. Of course, it's expensive. And you credit cash, right? That's your journal entry. Okay? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, let's move on to the next question. Very similar question, okay? Very similar question. Only the red part is the difference. I'm not gonna read the other part. Okay, so part number 9, okay, was set up as a separate asset initially and depreciate over its estimated useful life of 3 years. So this scenario is different from the previous one. In the initial setup, they separate the machine versus this part, right? So part 99 was set up as a separate asset and depreciate over 3 years. That's the useful life of the part. Okay, so now is this a replacement or a repair?
This would be a replacement.
Yeah, I'd say replacement this time.
Yeah. So no split. Now it's like everyone agree this is a replacement. Yeah, it's a replacement, right? So basically, what happened is the part 99 only has 3 years of useful life, right? So now this is 3 years later. This is the end of the useful life. So now I have a new part, and that part extended the useful life to another 3 years, right? That's a replacement. It's similar to the heart transplant example, right? So therefore, can anyone tell me what's my journal entry?
So
accumulated depreciation and debit. I'm stuck. I don't know what else to debit.
I cannot hear you very well. Could you please maybe speak closer to your microphone so I can hear you? Sorry.
Is it we debit the accumulated depreciation on the part,
Yeah.
and then you have to credit buying the new part, right?
cash.
Yes.
And then there's something. Isn't there something else to debit? I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, you are correct partially. Yeah, whatever you said is correct. Yeah. But that's not a full picture. Does anyone can have a full picture of this journal entry?
You're gonna debit the new part too, right? Because you're adding the asset. So
For
you're,
how much?
That's I might have to do the math.
No, you don't have to. It's there.
750,000.
That's how much it costs to repair, right? So you debit the parts for 750,000. Yeah. What do you credit?
Cash, because you're replacing it.
Yeah, you credit cash for 75,000, 750,000, and then what else you do?
You have to recognize the actual 9 million equipment somehow. I'm stuck too.
No, it has nothing to do with that machine.
Oh, really?
We're talking about part 99.
Oh, you have to get rid of the old part.
Yeah, get rid of the old one. What's your journal entry?
Right. Okay, yeah. So the 650, you're gonna do something with the 650.
Yeah. Okay. Here is the journal entry. Anyone else wants to try and get a participation?
I think I have the 650 if no one else has it.
Sure.
Go for it.
Go ahead, Andrew.
So you're gonna credit the 650 value of the old part, right? And then you're gonna debit the accumulated depreciation of the old part because you've already used it up, right? So it has no residual value anymore.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good, Andrew. Thank you. So here's your journal entry. So there's no residual value at the end of the useful life. So that means your cumulative depreciation should be the same as your cost. So you credit the old part, 650,000. You debit the cumulative, fully depreciated, 650,000. And then you recognize the new one. You debit the new part, 750,000, and you credit cash, 750,000. Any questions?
If another example, I'll get it right.
Yeah. You have to practice right on your own. I don't have a lot of time. You can see.
I'm bugging. I know.
Yeah, I still have a lot of things to teach from this chapter, but I'm almost finished the first part of it. Boy, yeah, there's so many things in this chapter. But I try to teach you the most important things in the beginning. Okay, so you have energy, you pay attention. Let's see. Okay, before we take a 10 minutes break, anyone else have a question?
I have a question
Go ahead, Dave.
about capitalizing